start streaming it. So.
Yeah.
Are we streaming then?
We should be
What
live.
up, YouTubers?
We should be live on the YouTubes.
We should be live. I think right now I'm the only one in the chat, though. So people could be watching. I just don't know.
That's all right. That's all right. We're just getting started. So, listen, if it's just showing up, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
so
we'll take it. Let's see.
We'll take it. We got some levels, it looks like, so we should be good there. And, yeah, we kind of did the pre-show stuff already, I feel like.
Yeah, we kind of had our own little pre-show. We didn't really share with it. You didn't miss...
You didn't miss too much.
Anything that you would find value in, we had ourselves a great conversation.
Yeah.
Like...
Well, let's have a great conversation about this past week. How about that?
Let's do it, my man.
Let's do it. Let's get into it. Let's have some fun.
I mean, the good thing is, I'm not the Cowboys fan that's going to get all excited about beating the Raiders, so...
It's good to be back.
So good to be back. And, back in person, too.
Yeah.
Always feels better.
Right?
Just a much better vibe. And now that
it's a better dynamic, too, I feel like. Because, you can go off of the phone. Phone conversations are great. We have great guests that sometimes call in. But when I'm here by my lonesome, it's just not the same. People don't like to see just this mug. I got to be honest. They enjoy...
I mean, I can think of at least one person. Your wonderful wife. Right, she's okay if she just sees that much.
An unofficial whiny co-host in the hallway.
Yeah, he's banned from today's show. He may make an entrance towards the ending, but for right now,
his whining today is just on a different level. So, that being said, my whining about the Giants is on a different level too. Because how the hell do we blow another fourth quarter lead? I'm jumping right into it. I mean, not that we played a great game, not that it was an unbelievable whatever. But, Green Bay hasn't been blowing the doors off anybody. They've scored, 20 points in the 2 games prior? I think it was 10 and 10. They really haven't done much offensively the last few weeks. And the Giants come in. They actually somehow managed with Jameis Winston, who I thought would be the better option. So I'm glad they went that way than Russ. And get a 21-20 fourth quarter lead. The defense was actually playing well, but instead then they allow a full-on drive down the field. Scores touchdown. Giants end up losing 27-21. And, I mean, it just was ugly. The fourth quarter, again, was ugly. Why can this team not finish a damn game? They can't finish.
I mean, it is a 60-minute game. And if you only put 100% effort into 50 of those 60 minutes, odds have it you're going to lose. What I will say, though, is the touchdown pass to Christian Watson was just an amazing play. The Giants had it defended how you had to have it defended. He was double covered, and you had a safety coming over, which would have made him triple covered if he got there in time. It was a great ball. It was a great catch. If there's any part of the ending of that game that pisses me off is when the Giants were in the red zone and Winston throws the pick. That interception's not on Winston. That interception's on their wide receiver.
Oh, 100%.
You don't.
That was on. I think it was Hyatt. I think it was
Hyatt.
Yeah.
Is his name?
Which, by the way, I liked him coming out of college, but they've screwed up his development completely. And I mean, unfortunately, he's not what he should be. And yeah, he didn't look good. That's completely on him. Practically, I don't know whether he stopped the route. He did something weird in the route, and pretty much
So he was supposed to run a corner route to the.
Yeah, and he said, stop.
Back corner pylon, and he pretty much got to where he was supposed to break out and just stopped.
Just stopped.
And Winston already had the ball in the air because he threw it to exactly where the guy was supposed to go, and the guy just stopped running. So even, let's just say he doesn't catch the ball. You know what happens? Green Bay also doesn't catch the ball.
No.
Because he gets to play corner and break up the pass, and you get another down. Right, it wasn't like the clock was at 0 and Winston threw the ball. Hyatt let them. That was a major disappointment. I think
it's sad that this team is devoid of talent, pretty much without Dart, Scat, and Neighbors. And I shouldn't say that because Tracy had a good game. Some aspects.
I mean, both your running backs, Singletary also.
They looked all right. So it's not on them. But I'm just saying, our wide receiving core, Wan'Dale Robinson is not a number 1.
No.
He drops way too many passes.
Yeah.
Jalen Hyatt's not a 2 or 3, unfortunately, where he's at in his career. And I think Slayton was hurt. And then who they have? Neighbors already out. They don't have the talent, unfortunately, and that's the hardest part. is you don't have NFL that you have scout team talent playing NFL games.
Yeah, high and almost.
That's not going to get the job done.
Yeah.
And in high leverage situations, you have to catch the ball. If nothing else, catch it and fall down, but you have to catch it. And to stop running routes and to stop doing the right thing. Like, I just don't understand this team. I don't understand Kafka not firing Bowen, by the way. This defense still isn't where it should be. It's not playing consistent fourth quarter football on either side of the ball. So it's not even just an offensive side thing. It's a defensive thing, too, because they gave up a shit ton of points in the second half. They don't need to give up that many. They don't need to let big drives happen in every fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no clutchness. And this is where, to me, when you have a defensive front like they have and you have a lead like you have, you know that that Jordan Love's going to have to throw the ball. You put them in obvious passing situations. You have an amazing front, like
what
should be between Abdul Carter, who you just drafted, Thibodeau, Sexy Dexy, Burns. They're all there. They should all be on the field. 3 downs, 4, even 4 if you need them, rushing every down. There shouldn't be a reason we're rotating guys in. Like, you should be having some kind of package in there where you could put them all on the field at the same time.
Especially when the game's on the line, right? I understand if you don't do quarters 1 through 3, but like
you have to get out of the fourth after the quarterback. You have to have your talent on the field getting after the quarterback.
Yeah, that's literally what they're there for. You use a 3rd-round pick for that. You traded for Burns. You gave him the contract. You drafted Thibodeau in the 1st round. Sexy Dexy, I don't think he was a 1st-round pick, but he got his big contract from the Giants.
He might have been a 1st-round pick. Coming out of Clemson, he might have been.
Yeah, but like either way, right? Like, if you have the lead in the 4th quarter and you got a group of guys that are as talented as those guys are, they should be out there. And look, every now and then a guy's going to get tired, run off for a play, fine. But like, get your water, get back out on the field. I have to be honest though. Like, there is a little I'm a little disappointed in what I heard about Abdul Carter. Like, he got benched for the first series, right? Like. And it was related to him, missing a walkthrough, and apparently he was at the facility, right? Like, and I think that's a big thing a lot of people are glossing over is like, oh, he slept through a walkthrough. Like, it's not like dude was home in his bed, you know what I mean? So like, I still think it's idiotic. You're 23 years old, dude. Like, out of anybody on that team, you should be the last one that needs a nap. All right,
should be full of energy.
I would kill to have the energy of a 23-year-old again.
But that's where I feel like we're missing the energy. Like, I feel like Dart and Scat and those guys brought the energy. Where like they don't have anybody on this team bringing the energy now that those guys are out. Like, they don't have anybody rallying. They don't have now. I shouldn't say anybody because I know Jameis Winston walks around and that's what he does. He is a walking.
That man is a national treasure.
He is great. He really is growing on me since college, since he was in college and watching him but outside of that, like, this team doesn't have a guy that's pumping everybody up. It doesn't have a guy holding people accountable. And maybe this was a step to holding people accountable. Maybe this shit was happening under Dable.
Supposedly it was. Supposedly Dable let this slide with not just Carter, but a couple other players.
But I'm saying, so maybe Kafka's coming in and laying down a different set of laws. I'm good with that. If Kafka wants this to be his tryout, great. Have it be your tryout. But what I saw this week wasn't great.
Yeah.
Wasn't, so the Giants have a lot more work ahead, unfortunately, and I'm going to be disappointed for a lot more to come. But other than that, I mean, the week was, that Sunday morning game, I'm going to be honest, we don't have to go through all the games this week, but that Sunday morning 9:30 game was just brutal.
Oh, it was so bad.
So bad.
Like, hey, Spain, here's the NFL.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's the product we're sending over there. Yeah, we're selling out one game, so it looks great. Oh, my God, we sold out in Spain. But they're just there for the novelty of it. They're just there for something to do because it's different. Oh, the NFL's here 1 week, whatever. They'll check it out even if it is a shitty game. If you put a team over there, and this is consistently what's happening, that stadium's not filling up to watch this garbage. No. This isn't their national treasure. It's ours.
No.
So...
And also keep in mind, too, right? Like, it's 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. They're 5-6 hours ahead of us, right? So, like, 85% of that crowd is really there to watch sports and get drunk. Like
That's
they're
it.
not really there to like learn football, and you're not really learning much about football by watching that game. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, if you are happen to be listening to us in Spain, whether it be live right now, if you are, thank you, because it's past midnight for you. Or if you're listening to us later, we really appreciate it. And I promise you, American football is a lot better than what you watched on Sunday. I promise you.
But it's what we consistently keep sending over to Europe.
Yeah, because the owners that own the good, really good teams basically look at Goodell and say, don't you dare. Like, Jerry, it is very well known that Jerry Jones made it very clear to Goodell in the NFL offices, you are not sending the Cowboys overseas. Like, you will not see Dallas play outside of the United States. Like, it's not going to happen. I thought the one chance they had
They
was
are
when they
America's team, so if Jerry, like, he'd have to be the world's team at that point.
Yeah, and he'd probably try to claim that title too, jackass. But like, the only spot I thought they might go is the Mexico City game, the one that started they've started the season with the last 2 years. Like, that was the one I thought, right? Texas, Mexico share the border, right? So you wouldn't be surprised to have a bunch of Cowboys fans there, have it be a Cowboys home game. But like, even the NFL knows when you look at the end of the year, the top 5-10 rated games of the year, Dallas is over 50% every time. It's been like that for over a decade. And we went into, we won't go down the rabbit hole again, right? We went through this a couple weeks ago. When it's all said and done, right? If Jerry keeps putting the shit product on the field, at some point, those viewership numbers are going to drop. His revenue is going to drop. And either he drops or he learns his damn lesson. I think he's more likely to drop as well. But either way. So, sorry to those in Spain. Other than that, we actually had a pretty damn good Sunday of football. I think only like 2 games were decided by more than one possession.
Yeah, but I mean, speaking of which, though, one of those one possession games I actually wanted to bring up because this team has surprised the hell out of me and continues to surprise me. That's the Panthers. Going on the road, beating the Falcons. Falcons have probably been one of the more disappointing teams, where the Panthers have probably been one of the more surprise teams in the league. I mean, I'm happy to see him turn it around because I always had faith in Bryce Young. Like, I have faith. Again, I don't think Carolina can develop shit with quarterbacks, but they seem to be doing something decent here. And they seem to be winning. They seem to be running the ball well. They seem to be, like, playing good defense for the most part. And what, 6-5 now?
6-5 now. They
And
were also
what,
down.
a game or a game and I think a game and a half out of the division?
Well, they're technically half a game out of the division.
Half a game.
Because Tampa Bay is 6-4. So Carolina hasn't had their bye week. I think this week is actually their bye. But like, the troubling thing here is you look at Atlanta. They're a better team with Penix at quarterback than they are Kirk Cousins. But the gap isn't very big. As an offense, they have consistently gone away from their best players, right? They went heavy Drake London early in the game. He hurts his leg. They're not barely targeting Kyle Pitts. It's like pulling teeth to get them to give the ball to Bijan. Look, Tyler Algier is a good NFL running back, right? Pretty much any team in the NFL would be happy to have him as their number 2 running back, or even maybe their number 3 based off of the team you're looking at, right? In no world can you justify to me, especially when you're a 3-6 football team going into this game, that touches between Algier and Bijan should be 1-1.
Hell no.
You can't justify that to me. There's no. I don't care what the offensive coordinator, head coach, running back coach, offensive. I don't care what any of them would try to tell me. I would look at them like they had 6 heads. You are out of your damn mind. Now, again, not knocking Algier.
No.
It's just the talent level is that much different, right? You mentioned before, like, Hyatt is at best a 5th wide receiver on an NFL roster or a practice squad guy, and he's your number 2. You're not going to put him in over Malik Neighbors if Neighbors is healthy, right? I'm not saying the talent discrepancy is
You're not putting him in over a healthy Slayton. You're not putting him in over a one.
You got to know your pecking order as a team. And I think Atlanta, I don't know if it's from the head coach. I don't know who's making the decisions. But what I do know is that you're purposely choosing not to put design plays to get the ball in the hands of your best players. That's moronic. We all know how athletic Kyle Pitts is. How has he not got one tight end screen all year? I'm not saying he might have gotten one or two, but in general, like that would be a go-to play in my playbook with a guy like Kyle Pitts.
Oh, yeah.
How do you not do that? You line him up next to the right or left tackle, call a hike, he drops backwards, offensive line slides over, drop it off to him, go be athletic, right? Bijan Robinson will line you up in the slot, like how Detroit uses Jahmyr Gibbs. Have Algier in the backfield, but put Robinson out in the slot. Let him run outside, have a linebacker try to guard him on a fucking sprint down the field.
This to me is where the offense should be finding ways to scheme for him. Exactly what you're talking about. Find ways, whether it be in the side, whether it be in two-back sets, whether it be in different ways of finding ways to get your best player the ball in his hands in open space. It should be a no-brainer. But I'm 100% in agreement. There is no world in which Algier should be getting the same amount of touches as Bijan. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So, between them just not using their talent, and I got to say, the Panthers are the try-hard team, in my opinion, of the year. It was a snowball effect that led to this game coming to the outcome it came to. But if you would have told me 12 weeks into the year, or 11 weeks through the year, that the Panthers were going to be a half a game out of first place in the NFC South, I would have said, did Baker Mayfield break his arm? Yeah. And did Atlanta fall into a sinkhole? Like, what do you mean that they're like, they're in what, a dogfight with the Saints for the top of the division? Like, I don't get it.
So I got an interesting question for you. I just mentioned this in the chat, and it's not going to be specific games, but I think we could have a couple minutes on this. More surprising team at this point of the year: New England, Carolina, or somebody else? Because I think they're probably your two most surprising teams when it comes down to where they are at this point of the year. New England's the number one seed in the AFC right now.
Yeah.
And they're also the number one seed in the NFL, technically. Like,
the other team I was going to say you almost have to throw in there is the Colts with the way they've started.
That's a good one, right? With Danny Dimes.
New England, the Colts, Danny Dimes, and what they've been able to turn around and do there in Indy. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor's a beast of a human being, and having such a great run game definitely helps the quarterback out. I'm just going to throw that out there. As far as other surprise teams, the Bears are surprising me for right now. I think they're a paper tiger. I think they fail when it comes to actually in the playoffs, and I think they're a one and done. I don't think they're a big Super Bowl contender, but they're a surprise team. You got to call that out. And then, I guess the other big surprise team is Carolina. But I'm going to make the argument for Carolina out of all these teams, because New England, they're a surprise because they weren't nearly this good last year, but they brought in a really good head coach in Mike Vrabel, who won 3 titles with New England. And took Tennessee to a AFC Championship game. He knows what he's doing, and he's a solid coach. So
he was who I wanted.
They have a good young quarterback in Drake May, and they have some other good young talent on that team. So to see him come in there and succeed, I'm not as surprised by it, because I honestly thought New England would be better. Did I think they would be this good? No. I still think at the end of the day, it's probably the Bills division. But right now, New England's got the tiebreaker. They got everything. They're rolling. They're great. And I think that they're going to be good and one of the better teams in that division as long as Vrabel's there, because I think he is a good head coach.
And 5-0 on the road too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
very good.
That's not easy to do.
You cannot take anything away from the way New England's played, the way Drake May has developed. They look excellent. So taking nothing away from them, but I almost expected it a little bit because of the Vrabel hire. and I thought that they got the coach right. So I could see why they're as good as they are. Now, Indy is a different story. But Indy's healthy this year. Jonathan Taylor's healthy. They have a healthy Daniel Jones and a coach who actually knows how to use them.
And remember,
So
too,
to me, I look
were
back on it more of how much of this was actually Dable's screw up. And how much of this was them not being, everybody putting the faith in Dable because they thought he was the guy to develop Josh Allen, and maybe he wasn't. Maybe Josh Allen was just Josh Allen. You know what I mean? He's been just fine without him. Hasn't taken any steps back.
6 touchdowns this week he contributed.
Hasn't taken a step back. So the only one who's taken a step back is Dable. So to me, I look at it and I say, well, Indy, you improved the QB because you know what was going on there to begin with. Jonathan Taylor's healthy. They're a healthier team in general this year. And it doesn't surprise me because the Giants have been so bad, they're becoming one of those teams that seems like they can't develop their talent. And so I'm not as surprised to see Daniel Jones go on and have success because, again, he probably could have had that success here if he had the right development. So who knows? He's come back down to reality a little bit over the last few weeks.
And I think
he's still very good, and that team's very good.
I think it's going to continue to level out a little bit because their schedule gets so much harder in the back half.
So that's why I can't give it to either of those teams. But the one team that I think most people pick to probably be the bottom of the division, if not fighting for the bottom of the division, is the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
And if they finish over 500, I got to be honest, to me, that's the surprise of the season. If they finish and are able to somehow squeak in and get a wild card, to me, that is the biggest improvement of any team, even more than New England. Even if New England gets the number 1 seed, if Carolina could end up with a winning record and squeak into the playoffs, they're my surprise team of the year. They're my tryhards of the year.
I lean Carolina. I didn't think Indy. I think Indy's a good one, but I think the fact that they lost their last game, or no, they won in Europe, and then had a bye. So I think the fact that I technically haven't really watched them in 2 weeks, I think they just kind of slipped my head. But I think, when we talked about Carolina earlier in the year, one of the things I said to you, right, is they went with the youth movement, right? That's why they were willing to trade Burns last year. That's like everything they're doing is about the youth and development of this team. And let's be honest, winning is contagious, right? Like, especially when you have a young team like that, because you basically go out with no fear, right? You're just like, hey, we're playing with house money. Nobody expects us to win. So I think when you look at Carolina, they take it for me right now. Now, look, they could slip, stumble, and end up missing the playoffs. There's no guarantee they're going to make it. But with what they've done so far through 11 weeks is nothing short of impressive. And I think it's one of those things that you just got to give credit to. So I just thought that was interesting. Our buddy Tim was in there. And I was like, man, Carolina's up there with the most surprising teams like New England. Again, Indy slipped my mind, but I think you really got to look at that and just say to yourself, wow, right? Where on the other hand, like it's very surprising to see Kansas City at 5-5, right?
Oh yeah.
That's extremely disappointing, right? You look at I think even Dallas after that week 1 loss to Philly, I remember talking to you, right? I had no concerns about Dallas's offense, especially adding Pickens to it.
Defense was a bigger.
But like that defense, I felt more confident about him after that first game. I'm like, wow. And then I watched Russell Wilson look like his Hall of Fame self and drop, 40 points on him. And I'm like, okay, so the defense does suck. But yeah, I think it's kind of interesting, right? And when we get to the end of the year, I'm sure there's going to be at least 1 or 2 teams that, maybe we're not talking about now. Right? Like, if you knew San Francisco was going to have all the injuries that they had, and we're talking major injuries, right? We're not talking like, oh, a guy missed a game, right? Bosa's out for the season. Kittle had to miss 4 games. Purdy missed 9 games or something like that, right? Like, so some of their core pieces, like, if you told me at the beginning of the year that was going to happen, then I'd put San Francisco up there. But when you have a great coach, which they do, you overcome these things because the players believe in what he's asking them to do, and they go out and do it. So I can't put them there now, but if you told me at the beginning of the year all the guys that were going to get hurt, the running joke, right, is Christian McCaffrey's just sucking the health out of all of them so he can make it through a whole season. But yeah, so I just thought that was pretty interesting, 11 weeks in, and I could already see what your thought process is when you pulled up games from last week. I just don't know which one you want to start with.
Well, so no, there were two games that surprised me that I wanted to touch on from last week before we jump into this week. And the one is the Jaguars Chargers, because who the hell saw that 35-6 beatdown coming?
Nobody,
especially with the way the Chargers have been playing, with the way that they've been rolling. It didn't make sense. This game doesn't make sense in my brain still.
I still I don't know what happened.
This was just a surprise of the week.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened. I don't know what happened. All I know is that, like, if you had players on the Chargers in your fantasy league, you were freaking pissed, man.
Oh, yeah.
Because, wow, talk about a disappointing performance, right? I just, all around, the only thing I can think of is it was a week that from top to bottom in their locker room and on the practice field, they're like, oh, it's Jacksonville. We got this. And you can't, it's the NFL. I don't care. Right? I don't care if you're playing the worst team with their third string quarterback. If you don't go out there and take them seriously, you're going to lose the game.
Absolutely.
Like it's just the reality of football, and that, the whole any given Sunday, like that statement. Football is one of the few games, right? We talk about it all the time, right? Like basketball. Like, as long as you got a star, you're winning 35 to 40 games without any real effort. If you got a star.
Oh, yeah.
Right? If you don't have a star, then you guys got to show up 82 games if you want to have a competing record. Like, but football is one of those games that any team can win any game, and you only get that one game, right? So I think they looked at Jacksonville with zero respect, and Jacksonville put belt to ass and put some respect on that name.
Yeah.
They made sure of it.
Defense came out and made a statement for sure. And like I said, putting up 35 points ain't too bad either. So definitely a surprise of the week. But the other game that surprised me this week, and it surprised me because it had no offense. And you look at both of these teams, and they should be all offense. Although both have underrated defenses, in my opinion. But the the Lions and the Eagles, 16-9. Whoa, not what you expect from these two teams.
5 fourth down stops by the Eagles defense. And they figured out what to do. It was Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis jump up and deflect the pass. If you can't get to them within the first second or two, jump up. They probably had 6 or 7 batted balls just between the two of them. The 5 stops on fourth down, you got to give them props. The Eagles went I think it was 2 of 5 on tush pushes. Like, how many times have you ever been able to say that since the tush push rule came out, right? Like, or tush push play came out. When I watched this game, it very simply boiled down to 2 things. The Eagles knew if they could drain the clock, their defense can make enough stops. And with getting the touchdown, with the 3 field goals, like, they knew when they kicked that 3rd field goal in the 4th quarter, the game was over, right? Like, they knew, yeah, we're up 7 only, but we've got this, right? They dominated the interior of the line of scrimmage on the defensive side of the ball. But if you're a Lions fan, you've got to sit there and say to yourself, like, hey, like, love the aggressiveness of going for it on 4th down, but when your defense is playing the way they were playing, sometimes you got to play the field position battle. Make that Eagles team drive 75, 80, 85 yards to score a touchdown. Make them have to put up 50, 60 yards to be able to kick a field goal. They gave up a short field on 3 of those 5 fourth down plays. And they held them to a field goal every time, other than, your defense came to play. Goff was rattled by the second half. It was done there. You could tell he was short on throws. It was just ugly. And it was one of those games where I'm sitting there, and obviously I'm rooting for the Lions because we know the button.
Gibbs.
We know the button, right? So, I'm sitting there rooting for the Lions because when it's all said and done,
I'll fuck the Eagles.
Exactly. Perfectly timed, my man. Pound right there. But besides that, though, you just sit there and you're like, you watch this team run roughshod over some opponents, and then this year they've, Minnesota, I think, held them under 17 points. You got the Eagles holding them to 6 or 9 points. what is going on? Like, Dan Campbell is only his second game calling the offense, but bro, sometimes you just gotta play the field position game. It's okay. It worked in football for like 50 years. Like, it wasn't broke. It's just people got more data and analytics, and they were like, wow, they've technically been doing it wrong based off of the numbers. No, not in a game like that. It's a defensive battle. Play the position game. If you do that, odds have it you're going to force a mistake, give your team good field position, and now you're in a position to tie, win, even maybe blow them out, right? Like, but if I'm an Eagles fan, I am concerned about the offense. I don't know how you can't be. Like, Jalen Hurts not running the ball. I don't know if it's a strategy to keep him fresh for the playoffs, and then plan on busting him out to run the ball during the playoffs. But like,
maybe
it's the only thing that would make any sense to me, because once he runs the ball, it changes everything.
They
the
have a
defense is trying to
comfortable
do.
lead in the division, so what's the point in getting them beat up?
That's very true, and I don't think anybody's catching them. I just don't.
No, not in the East.
I just don't. Even if Dallas beats them on Sunday, which when we do our picks, I don't think they're going to. But even if Dallas beats them on Sunday, like, it's still a 3-game lead that Philly has in the division. And,
so, I mean, they're running away with it.
And
at
Dallas's
this point.
next 2 games are Kansas City and Detroit.
There's 6
Right,
weeks
like-
left. Like, they're up 3. Like, if they lose this lead, then that would be an epic collapse.
Outside of a major injury, like, happening to probably at least 2 of their key players. Because, I mean, I think Hurts, if he got hurt, they still can execute that offense. You just lose the threat of his running ability, but you can still execute your offense. And that defense is stout as shit, man. There's just, and adding Jordan Phillips, like, I didn't think Phillips was going to have as big of an impact, and he's crushed it in his first 2 games with Philly. So that was a huge move. And once again, Howie Roseman continues to set the standard of what a good GM is in the NFL. It makes me sick to my stomach, but respect is due, and you have to give it. So that's all I'll say there. But yeah, those were some games. And that Buffalo Tampa Bay game was pretty good, but Josh Allen, he put on his cape, grabbed his shield.
That's what it takes.
Whatever, and he carried that whole team on his back. 6 touchdowns. I mean,
oh yeah.
Like, Amanda's going against Paula in our iHeart Football League, and she had Josh Allen, and she only lost by 4.5 points. Like, I told her, I'm like, do you understand the fact that you were even close in a game where the quarterback on your opponent's team scored 56 points? Like, that's impressive. And her response was, I scored more points than Eric this week, so I'm keeping that gap. I'm like, oh my God, like, you were determined. She's like, well, I heard he went undefeated last year, and yeah, I want to beat him. I'm like, well, after him going undefeated and taking my money last year, I want you to beat him too. I want you to beat everybody, because if you win, I'm not putting my $50 buy-in.
Exactly.
This is communal at this point. Compared to if I win Dudes League, I'd be like, nah, babe, I got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. I didn't win that pot.
I'm starting to make a little run in that league. As I've climbed up. I think I'm 1 game out of the last playoff spot.
That's why I love. I mean, obviously, this is kind of more inner circle combo,
Inside
but like,
baseball here.
But like, my favorite part about our Dudes League is that, like, first and last are only 3 games apart.
Yeah, but last year, compared to where I was last year, I was straight ass in that league. I was not very good. What I think came in not dead last, but I think 10th or something.
Yeah, but that wasn't last year your first year.
Yeah, back.
Yeah, so you took over somebody and had to choose keepers from what they had. Like, you really.
That's why I'm starting to shape the team now.
Yeah,
going to be dangerous next year. I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with. But anyway, we're going to see. I'm still making a push for this year. But anyway, back on this week's game. So, Dave, why don't you read out the first one? Let's get going on some picks.
Yeah, so
tell some people what they should bet on, because we probably won't.
I won't bet on it. A Thursday night game could be a really good matchup. It depends on what Houston Texans team shows up. Is Stroud going to be back? He supposedly wasn't at the part of media, like, practice where media can see today, but supposedly reports are good that he's about to come out of concussion protocol, which if he does, he's your definite starter. Josh Allen coming off of a 6-touchdown game. I mean, defensively, they're pretty inconsistent in Buffalo, where the Texans are one of the best defenses in the league right now. With that said, should be a pretty good Thursday matchup. Definitely better than the crap we watched this past Thursday with the Jets and Patriots. But you got Buffalo giving 6 points with an over-under of 43.5, 1 point short of what we love to see. So with that being the case, give me Houston getting the 6, but Buffalo on the money line, and give me the under.
All right.
That's where I'm going with that one.
I think I'm going to agree with you. I think we're going to clean sweep this one because that 6 is just such a tough line. Because 6 is a lot of points. Like, you don't think it is, but, like, it is. And a team can always get a score late to make it closer than it should be. Like, could be a 2-score game late, and they get 1 score to make a, 1-score game.
Also coming off of a short week.
Yeah, give me the Bills on the money line. Give me the Texans getting the 6.5 or the 6, and give me the over because let's root for some points.
There you go. I mean, hopefully I'm not going against anybody in Buffalo or Houston, but if I am, then I will definitely be rooting for the under because right now I'm the 5 seed in Dudes League, and I'd like to keep moving up.
All right, next up, Steelers, Bears. Bears a 3.5 favorite, which is, I know they're home and on a neutral field is probably be even, but this is still and then what, over under 45.5 on this one? They're toying with us. They're toying.
They don't want to give us our number.
But that said, I'm gonna take the Steelers all the way. I still think the Bears are punching above their weight class. Like I don't
keep in mind. Most likely no Aaron Rodgers. Something to think about before you finish your go through here. Give you a chance to make that step back real quick. Because supposedly he has a small break in his left hand. So it's not his throwing hand. So he could still play. But if he does,
give me the Steelers. I'm sticking with the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers getting the 3. I'm taking the Steelers on the money line. And I'm going to take the under.
Give me the Bears giving 3, and I'm going to take the over.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do
Bears all the way in the over. Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Well, you went the opposite there. I went Steelers all the way in the under.
I got to keep you on your toes, bud. That's what I'm here for.
Right.
Like you said, it's much more fun when I'm here.
Go ahead. Kick off that next one for us.
Oh, God. Patriots at the Bengals. New England giving 8. Over under 49.5. I'll take the Patriots giving the 8. And I'll actually, because that Bengals defense is so bad. But New England and Vrabel, like, they don't care if they ran the ball 45 times and just slowly milked the whole game and beat them 7-0. Give me New England giving the 8 points and give me the over.
All right, so you're taking New England all the way, the over. I'm going the same way. I think, like I said, it's a clean sweep here. New England, they should kick the shit out of the Bengals here. I think it'll be more than 8. And, yeah, I think...
I might have to pull back on the over.
Why is that?
Jamar Chase is suspended this week.
That's right, for spitting. I didn't see it, so I can't fully comment. He says he didn't spit.
He spit on him. But it wasn't...
There is clear, from what I've heard, video evidence of it.
But it's not like...
So why would you lie? Like here's what I want to know. Is in a day and age where everything is recorded. It doesn't matter if you're driving your car down the street or if you're in the grocery store or you're in the bank or you're at an amusement park. It does not matter where you walk around these days. There is a camera somewhere that will spot you from something. And especially when you're in an NFL game in an NFL uniform and you have millions of eyes on you and 57,000 different camera angles on you, how is it that you could go to a press conference after everybody clearly watched what you did and say, no, I didn't do that? Like, we watched it. You're trying to tell me that what I watched isn't real. Like, that to me is where, like, do you expect us all just to be that stupid? Like, Do I just have stupid written across my forehead? Like, I don't understand people like him because, from all accounts, otherwise, like, I love watching him play. He's a great receiver. You did a stupid thing. Own up to it, admit it, man up, and move on.
Yep.
But don't sit there and lie about it. Yeah. And lie literally to everyone about it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Jordan Davis week 1 spit on
Carter. Jalen
Carter, sorry. It wasn't that bad, right? Like, that was like a blatant loogie. Like, he hocked one at him, right?
On his chest, yeah, we saw it.
From the video replay, it could almost be looked at as, like,
he was talking
and he, like, spit came out while he was talking. But, like, when you watch it, he spit on him. He didn't send a loogie at him. Like, he spit on him, though. So the suspension should stand. He lost the appeal already.
Now, what's with people spitting on people nowadays? Because, to be honest, like, those are fighting words. Like, we're fighting. We could talk. We could have a disagreement, and it's never going to get physical. If you spit on me, I'm sorry, but that's the line where it starts to get physical.
Yeah.
Like, that's a disrespect that I just don't think that like a normal man can take. So maybe that's his thing, is he wanted to get so far under his skin. Maybe he said something.
It got Ramsey kicked out of the game.
But I mean, still though, like
he got to stay in. It got Ramsey kicked because Ramsey swung on him after that. Like you said, there's a line, right?
There's a line. And I have no problem with Ramsey swinging once the line was crossed.
Exactly.
I don't have a problem with that. And listen, by all means, if Ramsey wants to man up, say, listen, yeah, he spit on me and I swung. I'll take it. Give me a game. If I get the game suspension, I get a game suspension. But I'll take it. But I'm not letting no other man or no other person spit on me.
Yeah, no.
Like, it's not going to be allowed.
There's levels to this shit, and that's a level too far.
It's 100%. That's not even coming up to you and like pushing you.
Yeah,
like,
I would agree.
That's worse than putting your hands on me.
I would agree. I would take a shove to the chest over somebody spitting in my face. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we're
yeah. So I think I'm gonna change on the over.
Okay, so you're going under.
So I'm going to go with the under, but I'll without a doubt now, even more confidently, take New England given the 8 points.
All right. So now next game.
Are we clean sweep on that? I don't know.
With no chasing, yeah.
Okay.
With no chasing, yeah, we'll clean sweep that on the under. Because I forgot about the 1 game suspension because it just came out, I think, yesterday or today.
Yeah.
Next one, the Giants, a 10.5 point underdog on the road at the Lions. I think this is a revenge game for the Lions because I think they're going to be pissed at the way last week went. I think as long as Shane Bowen is running this defense, it's not being run correctly. So give me the Lions. Give me the Lions given the 10.5. Give me the Lions on the money line and give me the over because I think the Lions could put up 50 points by themselves.
Yeah.
This defense is showing me nothing to believe otherwise right now.
Yeah, like you said, right? Like I think the problem is now you're getting a pissed off Detroit team at home. And again, the Giants are just in a position where the talent is lacking, right? You still don't know if Dart's going to play, right? We talk about this every week, right? This is the worst part of us doing game picks on a Tuesday. Is like we don't know. Like, if you're playing Sunday, practice doesn't even start till tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, so we literally have no injury reports. Like, we're not going over anything. So once again, a disclaimer for anybody watching and anybody listening. We do not provide expert betting advice. Okay? So if you're going to bet based off of us, you're assuming 100% of that risk because neither one of us are taking it.
Which, by the way, I hope somebody takes that risk and then wins off of it.
Oh, I'd love it.
I hope that if somebody is taking our picks, that they take them and they use them wisely, and I hope they're winning some money.
I mean, if that's the case, we will not take any of the risk, but we'll take 50% of the winnings.
Right? Because here's the way I would look at it. If I was a listener to this show, pretty much anything we're clean sweeping on, I would think, you know what? That sounds like it might be I might. So, like, I may just go
1 or
with
2 shots,
like a parlay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just the ones that they clean sweep.
Yeah.
Parlay those ones. Let us know how you did. And I bet you're going to end up being a winner more than you are a loser.
You know what? I think what me and you should do is next week, we throw $20 in a piece. any game we
clean
sweep. We put
Done.
in a $40.
Let's do it.
We do in a $40
Let's do it.
parlay. We lose. We each lose $20. We win.
Let's do it.
Who knows what the hell the numbers are based off of the odds? But I think I don't have a betting app on my phone.
No, I got one. I got one. So
All
I
right.
got DraftKings. We'll do it on DraftKings.
So I'll give you.
And yeah.
You know what? Because I don't always have cash on me, but I actually have cash on me right now. So I'm just going to give you my 20 now.
There it is. And we're going to do it next week. So this is a next week thing, everybody. Any games we pick next week that we clean sweep on, we are going to put a parlay on. We are actually going to put our money for the first time. This is the first time we've ever done this. The very first time we're going to put our money where our mouth is. We're going to try to make something before Christmas. Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
It's $20.
And you know what? That's going to be the Thanksgiving Day games. So like we'll have the Thanksgiving Day games to pick. We'll have other games to pick. So it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time with it. So I'm looking forward to it.
I feel like my gambling luck, our parlay will be over before Thanksgiving's over. But hey, you never know.
You never know, and we'll enjoy it either way. But
I'm a clean sweep with you on that one. I think you're just gonna get
Giants
an angry Lions team
right now, and I love them. You can tell by the walls here, but. Yeah, they're not where they need to be. So moving on though, Vikings at Packers. Packers, another team that I don't think has ascended the way I think they should have. But coming off a win off the Giants.
Hard for Minnesota.
Are you?
I want to see Green Bay lose as many games as humanly. Are you kidding me? If Green Bay didn't make the playoffs, I would be amped. Not because I have no hatreds toward Micah Parsons, but we have their first round pick. I would be amped. I already know Dallas ain't making the playoffs, so give me 2 picks in the top 20. Wait, no, now they do 14 teams.
Yeah, so in the top.
So getting top 16? Like, come on, why the hell not? I'd be happy as hell.
That said, though, where are we at? 6.5, and what is that? 49 or
41 and
41 and a half. Yep. So
do we need to take you to the eye doctor, bud?
Nah, it's just a long day of staring at screens.
I feel you.
Packers and Vikings. Give me the Pack at home, but give me the on the money line. Give me the Vikings getting the 6.5, and give me the over because I want to root for points.
So I'm gonna take Minnesota getting the 6.5, but I'm with you. I'd take Green Bay on the money line, but where we do differ is I'm gonna take the under. Green Bay's offense is just.
They've been bad.
So horribly inconsistent. And I don't think J.J. McCarthy is the answer for Minnesota. I just don't.
Do you think Jordan Love is it? The bigger question is not necessarily the J.J. McCarthy because he's still so young, still so new.
Yeah.
We've seen a few years of Jordan Love. Is Jordan Love the answer for Green Bay now? Because to be honest, in my opinion, I think he's regressed a little bit. Like, I don't think he's gotten better. I think he's the same, if not a little bit worse than where he was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, since that playoff game against Dallas, where they just picked apart Dan Quinn and the Cowboys defense, he hasn't looked as good. And I think the Packers realized that after last year, why they used for the first time ever, they used a first round pick on a wide receiver, right?
Yep.
Like, so I do think he's kind of regressed. I don't know if he gets another contract. I think they're going to ride out this one no matter what. I don't know if he gets another contract from Green Bay. I just don't. I mean, and even if you're a Packer fan, you got to go get another quarterback. Well, your luck over the last 35, 40 years, like, you'll find another quarterback because it's Green Bay.
Yep.
We talk about teams not developing quarterbacks. They just have potential Hall of Famers just fall in their lap every single year. So I'll take Green Bay money line, but I'll take the Vikings getting the 6.5, and I'll take the under. I think it's a low scoring game.
All right. Next one up. Seahawks at Titans. The Sea Chickens at the Titans. By the way, learned something new this weekend. And I'm probably an idiot for not knowing it. And I'm going to admit this to the world right now. No idea that a Seahawk wasn't an actual bird. I didn't know that. I thought there was an actual Seahawk out there. I didn't know. I thought maybe in the Pacific they had Seahawks. I didn't know.
I can't say I ever thought about it. I just thought they were hawks.
Me either. I thought it was some kind of hawk that was out there. Never put two thoughts about it. But some guy was at a card show this weekend. Some guy was wearing a Seahawk shirt. And another guy turned to me and goes, "Hey, there's no bird actually called a Seahawk. There's no Seahawk." And I was like,
"That's interesting." So what they basically did was they took the SEA for Seattle and combined it with a hawk.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty creative. I'll give them that.
Seattle Hawks is
Yeah.
what they should be called.
Yeah.
Not the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. I'll give them
But either way, thought that was an interesting little tidbit. And something that, to be honest, I just didn't know. I probably should have known. I feel stupid for not knowing, but I didn't know. So sharing it with the world. Anyway, that being said, the Titans absolutely suck. So what's the spread? 13.5?
Yep.
Yeah, probably the biggest spread of the week because the Titans are just that bad. They really are not good.
That and Ravens Jets, both 13.5. And the Ravens Jets gives us our 44.
Well, the Ravens now, they have Lamar back and they look like a bet the Ravens should look. Yeah, they're gonna just absolutely.
I mean, like I'm gonna
mollywop.
I'm taking Seattle, giving them 13.5, and I'm gonna take the over. They're coming off of a really bad loss. Like they lost by 2 to the Rams, and that's what Darnold thrown 4 picks.
Yeah.
Like they know they could have won that game. So
Darnold's gonna have a better week this week, and they're gonna kick the crap out of him. So I gotta be honest, I'm taking Seattle. I'm taking Seattle given the points.
Yep.
And
I'll take the over.
I'm gonna take the over as well. Yeah.
I mean, I could see their defense scoring at least 7 points in this game.
Absolutely.
Shout out to DeMarcus Lawrence. Happy to see you at a better franchise.
And not to hop around, but I do want to hop to that Jet game next. Jets Ravens, because why? Do you see that over under there?
It's
our money. That's our line. That's our ESPN bet line. That's the laziest number in all of sports.
And Justin Fields finally got benched. So they're going to be starting Tyrod Taylor, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes much of a difference, to be honest.
You still have no Garrett Wilson. So your whole offense has to go through Breece Hall.
Give me the Ravens all the way. I got to be honest. Give me the Ravens giving the points. Give me the Ravens on the money line. And give me the over because I think the Ravens might put up 44 themselves.
We're going to clean sweep that one, my friend, because I agree with you. I think they could 100% put up 40-plus points on their own. And the Jets are bound to get at least a field goal.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So all you need is the
there you go. You're
Baltimore
over
scores 42, right? So that's 6 touchdowns. That's 42 field goal by the Jets. We're at 45. That's your over right there. Sign it up. So clean sweep there. So clean sweep Seattle over the Titans, giving 13.5, taking the over.
Yep.
And clean sweep of Baltimore, giving the 13.5, and taking the over 44.5. All right.
Next game, I don't think we're going to clean sweep, though. And the reason I hopped is because I actually think this game's going to be good. So I want to get the kind of 2 crappy games where I knew we were like both going to kind of agree out the way. Yep. But this next game could be contender for game of the week, if you think about it. You know, I know the Chiefs haven't looked as good to start the year. They're 5-5. They're not like where most people expect them, but I think they're just going to get better as the season goes. I still expect them to finish 11-6. You know, at very worst 10-7. They're in the playoffs. I'm not worried about the Chiefs. They'll make a run when they get there. But the Colts, you know, I think they need this game. I think they need it for confidence. I think they need it because they you know, coming off of London, coming off of the bye. I think they need this game a little bit more, but even that said, Chiefs are at home. And I think the Chiefs find a way to win this game. So give me the Chiefs given the 3.5. Give me, you know what? No. Give me the Chiefs on the money line. Give me the Colts getting the 3.5 because I think they can keep it close. I think this is going to be a good game this week. I think, like I said, it could be a contender for game of the week. And then give me the over. I want to root for points, and I think with the way Daniel Jones and them played and with the way Patrick Mahomes, you know, and that offense can play, give me the over. That's the way I see this game. But I think it's a game of the week contender.
I think I'm clean sweeping with you actually on this. I'll take the Colts getting the 3.5, but I'll take the Chiefs on the money line. Yeah, I'll take the over. I mean, the Colts had a bye week. Jonathan Taylor gets a chance to rest those legs. Everything they do revolves around that run game.
Just another reason why I think it'll stay close because if they're chewing up clock on the run game, it's going to keep the game shorter.
I know I wouldn't pay $187 for a ticket, but yeah, give me the Colts getting the 3.5, Chiefs on the money line, and I will take. You know what? I'm going to take the under just to do something a little different for you. I know you said you didn't think we'd clean sweep on that, and I almost went there, but I'm going to take the under, and I don't think it's far off, right? I could see 24-21 Kansas City. Right?
Yeah.
So if it was 44.5, I would have taken the over.
All right, next game up. We already did that Jet Raven game, so we're keeping it moving. This could be the shit show of the week.
That is definitely the shit show
This
of the week.
could be the worst game.
Shedeur Sanders versus Geno
And by the
Smith.
way, how bad did he look? He looked bad.
I mean, look, if the story's true that he hasn't taken a single rep with anybody on the first team, I won't hold it against him.
No, but they're supposedly he's supposed to have known the playbook inside and out. He's super smart. He's this, that, he's yeah. He looked lost out. He did not look good.
No, he did not look good at all. Yeah, that's definitely a shit show. But the thing is the Browns defense, I think, can win them a game. So I'm
Look at that over under.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
even Vegas is like, bro, 36.5 is probably pushing.
Throw in the towel.
Yeah, give me the Browns getting the 3.5 and give me the under.
I'm going I'm going the over only because the points are so low. I mean, you could have a 20 to 19 game and it's an over. So you could have a 20 to 17 game.
Broken 14 points in like a month.
But I think against a Raider defense they can. So that's where I'm going to put my money. I'm going to go with I'm going with the Browns all the way. I think the Browns can win this game outright. Well, no, I'm not. No, because I think Shedeur Sanders sucks. So give me the Raiders on the money line. Give me the Browns getting the 3.5. And give me the over just because I want to root for some points. Like, if this game can't crack that, then it's almost not worth watching.
I mean, just a couple weeks ago, Panthers beat the Packers 16-10, and I'd say both of them had better offenses than these two teams. So
it's true.
Oh my God. Jaguars, Cardinals, Jaguars at the Cardinals. Jacksonville's giving up 2.5. Over under 47.5. Give me, give me Arizona getting the 2.5 and give me the over. I'm doing it. I'm not even doing Jacksonville money line. Give me Arizona winning, getting the 2.5. Let's go.
I'm going the other way. This one we're gonna different. I'm going Jacksonville all the way. Give me the 2.5 with Jacksonville, or I don't care. You can have the 2.5. I mean, like I'll gladly give that to Arizona. I think it's more than a field goal game. I think the Jaguars have been playing well. I hope that it's not a letdown after last week's Charger game.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I'm thinking that the Jaguars take this game outright. I'm thinking that they take it by more than 2.5. And give me the under.
Root for the points.
I'm going under because I don't have much faith that the Cardinals are going to score a ton. I got to be honest. So I'm going to go under.
All right. So we finally differ there. Eagles, Cowboys, Philly at Dallas. Philly giving the 3.5. Over under 48.5.
I'll start it off. I'm going Eagles all the way and the over because I just think that the Eagles are the better team. Even without Jalen Hurts running, I still think that they're just overall a better team on both sides of the ball right now. Although I know Dallas has a good offense, even if the offense is balanced out, I think the Eagles have a better defense currently. So give me the Eagles on the money line. Give me the Eagles given the points and give me the over because I'm going to root for points and I think both teams can score.
I could see the Eagles winning by 4. Like I don't think they blow them out. I could see them winning by more than a field goal. So yeah, give me Philly given the 3.5, but I'm gonna take the under.
This could be a game of the week potential though. It's got good potential. It's a good rivalry.
I'm gonna take the under. I mean, even their week 1 matchup, they didn't hit that point total. So, and Philly's offense, I don't think's broken 21 points in like three or four games. So, give me the under, but give me Philly giving 3.5. God, it makes me nauseous to say. But like we were saying,
It's a breakout
right?
game.
If Dallas wins, right, they're 5-5. The Eagles are 8-3. So Dallas is 5-5-1. Philly's 8-3. They'll have split the season series. But conference record, like Dallas would have to have one more win than Philly to win that. They're done because they also lost to Chicago. That like the teams ahead of them in the wild card race, like they've lost to all of them. So it's like you literally need everything to go perfectly. I hate Jerry Jones. Anyway, Falcons at the Saints. New Orleans giving 1.5. Wow, New Orleans giving 1.5. Oh well, right. Penix is out. Drake London probably isn't playing.
The Falcons are a shell of what they should be.
They really are. They have way too much talent to be 3-7. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
And over under 39.5. Give me Atlanta getting the 1.5 and give me the over. I think they're gonna go heavy Bijan, run the ball, control the clock.
We're sweeping this. I just have more faith in the Falcons, and I shouldn't because they've given me nothing to have faith in.
Yeah.
But I just still don't believe enough in the Saints rookie QB. I just think that Kamara's not the same back he used to be.
Just keep feeding Olave. That's all I care. Just keep feeding Olave.
That's it. But they may have to do that. So with that being said, I think we're clean sweeping now. We're both taking the Falcons on the money line, taking the Falcons, getting the points, and going to take the over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the right move.
So that moves us into Sunday night's game, which should be another good game. Game of the week type contender with Bucks at the Rams. Bucks.
Rams have to be one of your favorites in the NFC right now. I mean, they lost to the Eagles last year in the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford, I think, over his last 4 or 5 games is like 20-something touchdowns, no turnovers. They have a good young defense. You got Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I don't think he could be happier with ending up in Los Angeles. Like,
no, he's got a chance to win, and he's in a better situation.
I don't know if he could have asked for a better place to be. With all that said, though, I'm going to take the Bucks getting the 7. I'll take the Rams money line. I think the Rams win this game. I don't think they win by a full touchdown. But I will definitely take the over because I think this could be a really, really fun game to watch. And I definitely could see both teams being able to move the ball up and down the field pretty consistently.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, but I'm actually, it's a tough one.
It is. It should be a really good game.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, soon, if he's not back already, he's coming back. Yeah, I know he didn't come back this week, and Rashad White actually had a good week, but Bucky Irving's coming back soon.
There's a chance he's back for this game. Yeah.
This game, yeah. So I mean, I think if they
even though what's his name popped off for 3 touchdowns. No, White. No. Tucker,
yeah.
So I think he pissed off a lot of his team because they lost the game, and he still went out on social media and posted a picture of him scoring a touchdown, and he said, well, "I'm proud of my performance." Like,
you are,
hey, bro, it's a team game. Like, good for you scoring 3 tutties, but your team lost. Like, you don't put a post out like that.
No.
Like, you put that up, like, after the season, like, oh, a memory I'll never forget or something, but you don't, your team lost. You don't come out and say, proud of my performance. Like, bro.
This is a game that I'm going to agree with you, actually. I'm going to go with the Rams. I'm going to go with, you went with the over? Yeah, so we're going to clean sweep that. I'm going to find it funny if the Bucks lose this game, they're going to be in a virtual tie for first place at 6-5 with the Carolina Panthers.
Well, that depends
something nobody thought was going to.
That depends on what happens on Monday night. I was wrong. Carolina does not have their bye this week.
But prior to Monday night, they could go into Monday night with a chance for the division lead.
Yeah. Carolina.
That is insane. If you would have told me by week 12 the Panthers could be in first place in the division, that's something I didn't have on my bingo card.
No, not one bit. I mean, Bryce Young coming off throwing for over 400 yards. That Panthers run game is really, really good. I mean, that's their formula. They run the ball hard. They play action, which makes life easier for Bryce Young. They have a decent defense. Not great, right?
But good enough to make stops.
Exactly, right?
They play hard.
So it should be a good one, man. Carolina at San Francisco. San Francisco giving 7, over under 48.5. You know, the worst part is if San Francisco was giving 6.5, I would have taken San Francisco giving 6.5. I would have. I could see them winning by a touchdown. But I'm not taking a push. We don't live in that world. That's not how we roll. So I will take Carolina getting the 7, San Francisco money line, and I'm going to actually take the under on this because both teams want to run the ball. And when you do that, the game moves quickly and you have less possessions, which means less chances to score points. So give me Carolina getting the 7, San Francisco money line, and the under.
You put it perfectly, my friend. I can't argue with you. That's exactly what's going to happen. Carolina getting the 7, San Fran on the money line because that's a touchdown game. Carolina's been playing too well. I think they keep it close enough, even though they do lose on the road. And give me the under because I think both teams' defenses are good enough. They're solid, and both teams, like you pointed out clearly, want to run the ball.
Oh yeah.
And when you run the ball, you chew up clock. And when you chew up clock, like you clearly pointed out, I can't argue with anything you said. You nailed it. Nail, head, boom. Dave got it.
Do my Jameis Winston celebration.
Yeah. Hopefully I could see that on a win one time. Just once. But who knows? Maybe in the future. But until then, why don't you tell them where you can find you? And let's go eat some dinner, my friend.
Bed very soon. 3 hours last night. 3 hours. I love my daughter, but oh my God. I so hope she doesn't sleep like that tonight. Anyway, so you got D Hastings 23 on Instagram or IG. And then David Hastings 23 on X, which was formerly known as Twitter. And in about an hour and a half in my bed. I really would prefer none of you try to come and find me there. That'd be really awkward, very uncomfortable, unless it's Eric. Other than that, wouldn't feel good about it. So, appreciate you.
Pop the door open, see if he's still whining out there. You can find our unofficial fourth co-host whining like crazy all show long. And right here now with us, Louis Aussie Dude on Instagram. You can also find me at The Living Legend on X. You can find us at ChampsCast. That's Champs with a Z. On YouTube, you can find us on Facebook as well, and on TikTok. We'll hopefully be streaming very soon to Facebook and TikTok as well. So look forward to that. Until then, please follow us. Please like, subscribe, share, do all those free fun things for us. We appreciate it more than you know. And yeah,
I think that's it. Until next week. And then we get to wish you a happy Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday of the year, until Dallas loses, and then it balances out a little bit. But prior to that,
and all I know is we all want, for our teams and for ourselves,
more than anything, I want better execution. We clear on that? I want better fucking execution.
Preach it. Right, Louie?
Boom.
Appreciate y'all. Have a good night.